Hi there, I'm Derrick. I'm a pastor of First Baptist Church in Beamsville in the Niagara area. We began our journey with My Hope about a year ago. One of the things, we were just a small church. I was just a part-time pastor, and we were looking at how to engage and how to get out there. And the whole concept of Matthew inviting his friends over to the house became something that we stuck to as a church. And it was interesting. We started to develop events that invited people too. We had a friend day. We brought a comedian in. There was any way we can help people connect their friends to the church and to Christ. One of the things that we discovered was that there was a fear factor. People were afraid to share their faith. They were kind of almost embarrassed. And so we began to find ways to sort of break down that barriers. In one of the brochures that we got from the Billy Graham Association, there was a list of, you could write down 10 people. And we started off with the simplest form of evangelism, writing 10 names down of people that we knew. And we went from a church of 20 to a year later being a church of 70, which for a small church is significant. We watched people starting to reach out to their loved ones, to their grandchildren, to people in the community, inviting them to an event, and it became a connection point for us. What we found was really quite interesting is people started to invite their friends. There was an enthusiasm. So we started to do discipleship classes. We're teaching them ahead of time that there was no fear. They didn't have to be fearful at all about sharing their faith. And as we watched one person, actually, they brought a bunch of people to a comedy show. And those people ended up coming to the church. And a number of later, they actually accepted Christ through the film. We showed defining moments just a couple weeks back, and it was interesting to see in our small church, people brought their friends out to the church. Some of them were afraid to bring them to their home, but we said, you know what, let's break down the fear factor. Pray for the people, and then watch them come. And they did. And it was exciting to see what took place. And then we, as a pastor, when I ventured out to say, after we've seen the film Defining Moments, we said, who would like to accept Christ? And two hands went up from our small little church. And then 7 people actually rededicated their life. For myself as a pastor, it was exciting to see that after a year of sort of engaging, developing Matthew events and watching people come out, and for them to see all of a sudden people rededicate their life who had not been in the church. One couple had come, and so basically they denied Christ for about a 10-year process, came back to church. The film sort of set them off so they accept Christ. And I watched one of my guys who just started coming because of his girlfriend, accepted Christ, who was a former Buddhist. And he also saw the message that he was looking for. Right now we're watching, one of the results for us is we're seeing new people come to know Christ, and next Sunday I get to perform 2 baptisms. I'm so thankful for the Billy Graham organization and what they've did in equipping, giving us the tools and the pamphlets and the materials available, and the enthusiasm that has caught fire in our church.